Hello, welcome to Assemblage, and this week, yes, I'm back on set after a nice 10 days in the Sunshine State down there in the US. Yes, I'm talking about Florida. So I've been visiting Florida for over the last 4 years at every single year. And you know me from my high praise with breweries like Civil Society or the famous JLI from Cigar City. Both of those beers really got me into the craft beer scene in Florida and got me very curious of what's to offer in this state that's mostly populated by older people and has been kind of like the laughingstock of the United States in general. All this blended together really sparked my enthusiasm for the craft beer scene in Florida, and I'm very stoked about today's episode because I'm gonna be talking about a newcomer in the scene, a very original concept, and I've been completely blown away by what I've seen, and seriously guys, it's amazing. So Nesta, just a couple of blocks away from Centertown in Delray Beach, Florida, literally like a 5 minutes drive or 15-minute walk, you're gonna find Hopportunities. What's Hopportunities? Basically, it's a self-serve tap bar. I know it might sound crazy, it's already a concept that's been seen somewhere else in the United States, but for me it's the first time that I encountered this type of bar. So Hopportunities is the first ever location of this type in the south part of Florida, with a selection of over 50 plus taps, including wine, kombuchas, and cold brew coffees. It's quite impressive when you walk in and see that full wall of taps with the little screens everywhere looking at you, waiting to try out some of those beers. It's important to note that in those 50 plus taps, there's 20 that are locked in for breweries in Florida. So let's say you're a fan of Civil Society, then you have the opportunity to try seasonals or classics like fresh, straight out of the tap over there. There's Three Sun, Tripping Animals, and plenty of other really cool breweries from Florida, but not just South Florida, but even a little bit more up north. I'm not a big geography nut on that, but I do know that there's a northern part in Florida and it's much bigger than the southern part. So it's truly a beer drinker's dream come true. So both adventurous drinkers and newcomers in the industry can benefit from this concept. I was personally impressed by the Tripping Animals Dry Up Pilsner. I've been seeing those guys hanging out just outside of Miami, never been able to visit them, but I've seen what they're doing online on social media and I'm very impressed with the branding, but also the styles, and I've heard really good comments about the beers they're brewing, and this Pilsner was right on point and what I was expecting from this brewery. But you might say, Chris, how does this self-serve bar tap thing work? It's actually quite simple, because if you're a little bit of a kind of like tech nerd, it's just working the same way as a bracelet for beer festivals, if you already had them. So you come in, go register at the front desk, you register with your ID and your credit card, so it bonds your bracelet with the IDs. This way they can also monitor the beer drinkers to easily get more data and be able to curate a more precise tap list that represents more of the customers, which I think it's very brilliant. After that, you have two options. You wear your bracelet, or one that John personally recommended is to actually put it on your glassware. This way you don't forget to scan it every single time you want to fill it. I was always forgetting that. But it's important to note that every bracelet is bound with 32 ounces. This is a specific law here in Florida that doesn't really apply in other states, but in Florida you can't serve more than 32 ounces at a time. So basically, you can go around, drink your 32 ounces, and then go back at the front desk to get it refreshed to start over again, if you'd like. And after that, it's easy. There's an array of different glassware. You choose which one you'd like, rinse it up, scan your bracelet, and you see exactly how many ounces you're pouring, and you're getting charged by the ounce. So let's say you want to try just a little bit of this one before getting a full pour, then it's all to your advantage. I think it's such a neat concept, because if you think about it, all this drama about beer flights and all thrown to the garbage, because basically you can just do your own small selection of beers. When I was there, I had the opportunity to try 8 different beers without getting smashed. How crazy is that? I think it's just showcase that you can easily be adventurous, try out different beers without drinking too much, which blows my mind. If you're a fan of technologies, it's so cool to have all this smart new technology around. I know it might be scary, the data part, but again, it's so much easier for the owners to curate a nice tap list that represents the customers, that for me, it's basically gold to have all that data laying around, and for the owners basically showcasing how well their business is doing and how many customers from other states or other countries they're coming. It's key. One cool thing also I discussed with John was the fact that a lot of customers fell in love with playing with assemblage, doing their own mixes of beers over there, mixing 2-3 stouts together or some sours and whatever they have available, which I think it's cool. It brings new people to the table, and this is what we've been discussing since the beginning here on the channel. It's all about the community, and this type of serving or this type of bar really brings people together, and people want to discuss, sample beers together, and they're gonna share which one is better and which one they enjoy most and which blend are better too. No more need to wait for a waiter. It's been an issue a lot of times. Waiters, places get busy, you wait for your glass, sometimes get the wrong order or all that. You eliminate all this. But waiters, they give recommendations, right? All the screens are filled with the description of the beer, the ABV, the style, and it's always refreshed with untapped descriptions. So no need to kind of like search around and get to know what's actually the beer, and even though you can just sample like half an ounce or whatever straight from the tap if you'd like to just see how it tastes, which just makes everything a lot more easier. Overall, Hopportunities offers a stroke of freshness to Delray Beach, to the location where they are, to South Florida in general, to a craft beer scene that I think deserves a lot more attention. Just as I was there, Civil Society just celebrated their 4th anniversary. Congrats. And there's also new breweries opening up every single year in this area. There's a lot of consumers, a lot of curious beer drinkers, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a booming one with the upcoming years, and also the newcomers just being very, very well recognized in the international. I want to shout out to John at Hopportunities. Thanks for having me and my family at your location. It was a fantastic evening. I enjoyed every single minute of it. Just talking with everyone at Hopportunities just made it a lot much easier. So thanks a lot, and also thanks for hooking me up with one of those cans. It's quite a nice little farewell gift, I guess, but no worries. I'll see you back soon. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you'd like to be notified every single time a new video comes out, then hit the little bell button. This way you get notified and you won't miss it in your full of subscription pool of everything, and it might get lost or whatever. YouTube changes that pretty often. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys in the next. Cheers.